Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is going to be a pretty quick video just showing you how to remove the seat in your W140 S class. Probably any of the models, the s320, s420, s500, and it might even go further than that into the different models. But this is exactly how you do it on a 94 Mercedes s500. So I've moved my seat all the way up, and that's going to allow me to access these bolts. Now, let's say you don't have any power going to your seat or something is malfunctioning in the seat, which is the issue that we have on our parts car. I can show you guys, because I recorded already, pulled that seat out, how you can make the motors work if your switches aren't working, or if in my case, my comfort control module was actually busted. So there was no way to get the seat to work unless I powered it directly. So I'll show you guys that as well. But this one works, so I went ahead and moved the seat all the way forward. Now on these seats, there's a cable that runs up underneath the seat and clips back here. I'm not 100% sure what it's for, but my guess is it's for the seatbelt light, because they call it the seatbelt connector. That's all I was able to find online. Now this should be able to be removed very easily. You want to pull back on that part of the tab there. So you want to do this first, and then I'm going to try to do it with one hand. I'm going to grab a flathead screwdriver and just push down. It'll pop right out. It's clipped in there from underneath, and it's got an open piece on the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and push down on it right now and pop that out. Okay, and I realized that's actually the release for the seat belt. So when I pulled that out, it pulled it up here. So I'm guessing that's what allows it to retract and go back. Now, I did pop it out of this clip, but that piece will slide right back into this clip, and this clip will slide right back into place. Now that we've got that done, like I said, we've got 10mm bolts. We've got two here, one here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove those, and then we'll make our seat pull back, and we'll have two more up front, and then I'll show you guys what to do from there. Okay, we've got the seat pulled all the way back now, and now we can access the other two bolts that are up front. All 10mm, all pretty easy to get out. You have full access to them. And here's the last one right here. Next step, you want to go ahead and release the seatbelt cable completely from here. There's a little tab down here. I'm gonna push on that tab, pull away, and it will pop up just like that. I went ahead and reattached this bolt here because I realized it was putting a little too much stress on this cable. So now that we've got that casing off, you want to get some needle nose pliers. Not sure if I'm going to be able to show you this, but you're going to want to squeeze those and pull the cable in. I'm going to have to do it with two hands, so let me get set up. So not the easiest task, but what I found worked best is sitting in the seat, moving the seat all the way up if you can, up into the upper position, squeezing it with some small needle nose pliers on the end, and kind of prying it with a flathead, and I got it to release. So not the easiest thing in the world. Then you can just pull out the rest of the cable. All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove this bolt again, but I do suggest keeping the seat bolted down while doing it, because you don't want to put too much stress on that cable and break it. So next thing we need to do is remove all the cables that run the electrics. So we got to go ahead and take this case off by removing the two Phillips head screws on each side. And you'll see these cables in here. Now the way you want to do this is you want to go ahead and remove the furthest one first, and then work your way down the line here. On this one here, you want to go ahead and remove the small one here, and then it's going to be a slide. So you slide it, and it will pop out like that. Down here, your last thing to do is your airline. Be very, very careful with this. I have a like a pry removal tool that I like to use. It works really, really well. I've still broken them with it, so you just got to be very careful. But the tool I have is kind of slit, and it slides over. I'm going to go grab that and show you guys how to do that. There we go. I did that with one hand. Obviously, you want to try to do that with two hands at home, but this tool works really, really good. I just got this down at a local auto parts store, and it's for removing those little clips in the doors and all over the car. So this works really well for safely removing your airlines as well. Okay, so the last thing we got to do before we can remove this seat is remove the seat belt from the seat. Now you can of course have done this first, but I save it for last. And you got to remove this little cover here. I haven't found the best tool, but this little pick right here I got from Harbor Freight seems to get under there without damaging it. Just be very careful. These do get brittle over time and seem to break. Once you've got that cover off, you've got a 17mm bolt on the other side, and we'll go ahead break that free. And once you got the bolt out, the seat belt slides right out. Now you can pull that seat right out. Now, of course, if you didn't have power going to the seat like we had over here, you're gonna do all the same stuff after you get the motor to work. So what I had to do was jump, I think it's the middle motor. I'll go ahead and show you guys that now so you guys know exactly how to jump the motor so the motor will go forward and backwards without having any battery power to the car, or if, let's say, the controller here was broken and you need to get this seat out. So let's go ahead and show how to do that now. So let's say you don't have a battery connected or there's no power to the seats. There is a way to move these seats, even if your comfort control module like mine is completely shot or it's not sending any power to the seat. So if you can get up underneath this, which I was able to remove my 2 back bolts because the seat was pulled all the way forward. Now I can't get to the front 2 bolts because the seat's so far forward. So what I did was spliced the wires that are going to that front motor, so the purple and the blue, and then I attached the ground and the positive. And right now I've got them reversed to kind of show you, because I made the seat go all the way back, and you'll see seat moving. All right, now let's reverse back to what we had so we can get the seat to come all the way back. And this is going to allow us now, all right, there it is, to access our bolts. So now we can remove them. They're right there. Before, the seat was completely covering them. So now we can pull this entire seat out, no issue. And all we've got to do is cover those wires again. We'll put some heat shrink on there, or I'll go ahead and just put some electrical tape around it. All right, let's get this seat out and get going. Well, guys, I hope that was an informative video and it helps one of you guys out there that are needing help removing your seat, or even just getting it to go forward or backwards because you have no power going to it. And I'll be getting into this car, removing these seats out, and making this thing look awesome. We're swapping it for the black interior. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next video.